Brian Drake, Federal Chief Technology Officer at Accrete.ai Government. Welcome. You've seen it from both sides, the industry-government relationship. What can industry do to facilitate their work with government? What can government do to facilitate its interaction with industry, Brian?
Industry benefits from understanding what the mission is trying to do. And I think one way that government can help industry is if they were being a little more open about what it is that they want to do. So events like this at SOF Week are very important because they get us to a place where we can have a conversation with customers or mission users of our technology. And when we have those conversations, we can help tailor in what our offerings are today and into the future so that we can better service those mission needs. So this type of event is exactly where the government needs to be and exactly what we need to be doing. So that's huge for us, and I know it helps our customers.
Is the government getting better, do you think, at telling you what it would like to accomplish rather than giving you a list of requirements that you have to fulfill?
I think that's true. I think the government certain segments of the government is getting better at being able to communicate what they really want. And some of the more innovative contracting vehicles that are coming around, other transaction authorities, commercial solutions openings, the SoftWorks people here in Tampa, they're doing some good stuff to really open up that aperture and trying to lighten the load on what the acquisition process is. It will never be perfect. It's always going to be a process. Every process has flaws, but they are making headway.
What can industry do to facilitate it from their side of the fence?
From industry's perspective, I think it's important that they accept they need to be patient. Right? We're doing the people's work. So the people are diverse and the needs of the people are diverse. So it should be a deliberative process. We should be thinking about how we're making contract awards, who they're going to, are we satisfying all the mission needs that we need to satisfy, but also think about how are the taxpayers getting their return on that investment. So I am not a huge advocate of massive acquisition reform. I think starting deliberately and finding ways to create efficiencies, that's exactly where we need to be. That all being said, could it be faster? Absolutely could be faster.
What would you like to see government do to continue down that path that you talked about a moment ago of telling you more what it needs rather than the prescriptive list of requirements?
What can it do to tell us what it needs? So I think getting away from a piece of paper and getting more into a conversation where there can be a back and forth around what you're asking for and what that means. So now being out of government and now being in the place where I'm writing to requirements and trying to figure it all out, I have a strong sense of what they want, but it's not enough because things change, things shift. You have to have that dialogue to really understand what do they need today. And I've been out now about 2 years. So I would like to think that my knowledge is fairly current, but it isn't as current as being in the seat. And there's all sorts of dynamics that you just can't capture. So what I'd like to see us walk away from is some of these very rigid industry days where we're being read slides. And you just send me the slides, you don't have to read me the slides. I'd like us to get away from these very rigid question and answer sessions where you have to write down, here's the question, and then they decide which ones they're going to answer, and then it's either a substantive answer or it's a non-answer. I'd like us to walk away from that. And these are all things that have grown up as lore in the contracting business. It's not law. It's just things that we have done and gotten accustomed to and comfortable with, and contracting officers teach other contracting officers. It just kind of goes and goes and goes. So I'd like to see the government take a little more risk in explaining what they want to do and how. I understand the sensitivities of revealing everything, but at the end of the day, it only helps them. It doesn't hurt them.
Brian, it's great to talk to you. Thanks very much.
Thank you. It's a great time.